County Fire and Rescue, Carroll County, Georgia.
My name is Spencer Rowell. I'm a volunteer for Carroll County Fire and Rescue. Been doing it about 9 months now for Station 15.
Started as a younger person. My father was a volunteer firefighter.
I got interested in volunteering. I worked with 2 firemen and very admirable people.
So I spent most of my adolescence growing up around the fire station and ambulances. So I went in the military. The first job that they offered me was that crash fire rescue, and it just suited. I
was curious to understand what a firefighter was. We all get a misconception of what a fireman is. You know, he just goes to fire. He just goes to car accidents. There's an adage we learned very quickly: if you don't know who to call a fire department. And it's true.
What's kept me in the fire service during this time period is there's a lot of jobs I could make a lot more money doing with the skills and the education that I have. However, I have not found one that could give me the satisfaction of what I do really makes a difference in people's lives.
When you go on a fire scene, if your house is on fire, it's not just put out the fire. It's to also make sure the residence doesn't catch back on fire. It's also search and rescue, rapid intervention team. If a firefighter goes down, we have to have somebody go in and get that firefighter. We also have salvage and overhaul, where we try to protect your possessions.
Volunteerism is obviously down in the United States as a whole, not just here, but everywhere.
We need more people.
Here in Carroll County, we've experienced a shortage of volunteers, just like everywhere else. We have worked diligently to improve our volunteer program and to find solutions along the time constraints that people are having.
On any fire, you need minimum, 1,500 square foot home, you need a minimum of 12 firefighters. We have 2 men per truck. So volunteers are a needed thing.
I believe probably the biggest root cause of that is our society today is just so busy. When volunteerism was at its prime, you had families that were structured and living off of one salary. Mom stayed at home, Dad worked 8 hours a day, and there was time to spend for other causes, whether it was your church or volunteer firefighting. And volunteer firefighting, the demands of it have become so much greater over the years.
But think about that one person you saved. Think about that one that you got out of a car that was badly injured. Think about that person that passed away and you gave them chest compressions and brought them back. Those things far outweigh the bad. That's something that when you go to your community, you can say, I made a difference.
The training is just as rigid for a volunteer as it is for a career person. Unfortunately, the fire doesn't know whether you're getting paid or not. So you've got to have that same amount of training.
How many times over the news and everything else, your people, I want to make a difference, I want to do this, or politics or anything. This is something you can do to genuinely make a difference in your community.
As far as Carroll County pleading for new firefighters, we certainly have a demand for more.
You can help people. You can do it in a kind, courteous manner. And when you show kindness to somebody, they genuinely will show it to somebody else. And I'm a firm believer in that. You treat somebody the way you want to be treated. And you have to remember, these people you see, in their mind, is the worst day of their life. So anything that you can give them, and that's what Carroll County has shown me and several other volunteers, is you can be a better person and you can help somebody through the worst of times. So volunteering to me has been the most fulfilling thing, other than being married and having my daughter, I've ever done. And I probably will never go career. I'll probably stay volunteer. I like my station. I like where it's at. I like the engine company. I'm friends with all the ladders, squads, and they know me by name. So when I come to scene, they know I'm there to help. And so when you go into volunteer, if you really want to volunteer, know up front that it's time, effort, physically demanding. And if you can make it through that, it's the best job in the world. And you don't get paid for it. You don't get a dime for it. But when you go home, you know you've changed somebody's life.
we encourage you to come ahead and put your application in, because there's background checks and things like that that still have to be completed. And go ahead and spend some time at the fire stations, get to know the people, see if this is something you really want to do. But we would certainly be glad to have you join us.